Hi, I'm Carrie and welcome to Island Wheatgrass and Sprouts. Today I'm going to show you how we start the process of growing wheatgrass, sunflower shoots, and pea shoots. The first step is to start with good organic seed. And I get my seed from Mums in Saskatchewan, so Mums, there's your little plug. So for my pea shoots, we start with speckled peas. For the wheatgrass, I use hard red spring wheat. And for the sunflowers, I use black oil sunflower seeds. Again, they're all certified organic. And so for every tray of wheatgrass and sprouts, I'm going to put approximately 2 cups of the seed into a jar. Okay. The seeds into the jars, we're going to rinse the seed really well. We'll use cool water, fill up the jar with water, rinse those seeds really good, drain it out, fill it again, drain it out. We'll do that with the peas, the wheat, and the sunflowers. After the seed has been rinsed thoroughly, we're going to soak the seed. So I've got a solution here of food grade hydrogen peroxide, citricide, and purified water. And we're going to let those seeds soak now for 12 hours. I'll do the same with the peas, the same with the sunflowers. 12 hours. I'll be back in a bit to show you how to rinse them. The seeds have now soaked for 12 hours. So we'll drain off the water. And now we want to rinse the seeds really well. So use cool water. Fill the jar back up. Drain it out again. Fill it up, rinse it around really good. Drain it off. Now you'll do that, rinse it 2 or 3 times, and then you'll prop the jar up on the angle in the sink, or if you've got a washing rack, and you'll let the seeds drain, and they'll sit that way for another 12 hours. We'll do that 2 more times, then the seeds will be ready to take out of the jar and plant in the trays. Seeds have now been sprouting for a day and a half. They've all got a little tail on them. The peas about 1/2 inch long, the wheat about 1/4 inch long, and the sunflowers are just little white roots poking out. So now we're going to go down to the planting table and show you how to plant the seeds. Alright, here's my dual purpose ping pong table, seeding, sprouting, and planting table. So the next step is I use these planting trays, or propagation flats, you might know them as, and the next step is to fill them with soil. Now to plant the seeds, I like to start with, roughly 4 to 5 cups of good soil. I'm using a peat moss mixture here, and it's sterilized soil, potting soil, some vermiculite in it, and I want to spread the soil fairly evenly, not packing it down too hard in the tray. You can see there's about 1 inch of soil in the tray. And then once it's leveled out, I'll get another tray and just lightly pat it down, and that gives me a smooth planting bed. So I'll start with the wheat first. Taking the wheatgrass that has sprouted, you see the little tails on there. And we're going to spread this wheat evenly across the bottom of the tray. And that's about 2 cups of dry wheat, which converts to about 3 to 4 cups of sprouted wheat. And then evenly with your fingers, you can spread that across the bottom of the tray. You don't need to have it single layered. It can be overlapping a little bit. And then once your seed is all spread out, you'll take your sprayer, or if you don't have one of these handy dandy sprayers, you can use a little hand sprayer, or just lightly drizzle water over it. And I'll soak this down really good. It's important to have your seeds nice and damp and moist, but you don't want them too wet. You don't want them sitting in water because the seeds will rot. If you keep them damp, then the seeds will germinate really well, will continue to grow, and you'll have a nice healthy crop of wheatgrass and sprouts. So once you've done that, I'll take this tray again and press these seeds down into the soil. Now as you press them in, it helps the seeds to stay moist longer. The surface area contact with the soil is maximum, and your chance of having a good even crop is just top notch. I'll just give another light little mist. And then what I like to do, some people like to cover it with newspaper. I find it's a lot of work. If you look behind me, I've got a lot of trays growing here. We've got another 20 on the bottom that have already started, that we've seeded just today. And so this saves a lot of time. A clear dome, which can be placed on top of the tray, that will keep all the moisture in, will keep the seed from drying out. And then a dark lid on top, cover, that will keep the sun out. The importance of keeping the light out is to help the roots to go deep. And after about 4 days, the top comes off, the grass will be yellow, the roots are nice and deep, and then we can start with the green up. And I'll place this over on the rack, where it will sit for 24 hours, then the lid will come off and give another light little mist. And now I'll plant the other seeds. So, for sake of repetition, I will plant the peas. That way you don't have to rewind and go over the wheatgrass to see how to do it again. We'll just do it one more tray here. So again, I use about 5 to 6 cups of good potting soil, sterilized potting soil with peat moss mixed in, so it's fairly light and it holds the moisture. This has already been dampened down, so it's already fairly moist to start with. Take the peas, which have been sprouted. Take a look at these. The sprouts are about 1/2 inch long coming out of the peas, and same thing, we'll just spread these lightly over the soil. You want to cover that bed fairly evenly. And once the seeds are down, we'll take the sprayer, give them a good little soak. Remembering to keep them nice and damp, which will help to continue that germination process and the growing of the seeds. And then taking the empty tray and pressing those seeds down into the soil. That way it just assures that they're going to stay damp in that good rich soil. And another light misting. And now we'll cover those up with a clear dome lid. And then a dark lid on top of that. We'll put it away. It'll sit for 24 hours. We'll remove the lid, give it a light mist, and we'll do that every day for 4 days. Just a brief recap. We soaked the seeds, we rinsed them, we drained them. That lasted for 12 hours, and then we sprouted them 3 times for 12 hours, so that equals 2 days. So these were soaked down, put in the trays, planted. There's our sunflowers, our wheat, and our speckled peas. They got lots of roots growing on them. Sunflowers are doing nicely with their white roots going down into the soil. And so that has been a total of 3 days. What we'll do now, after they've been planted for 24 hours, is just give the seeds a light misting just to keep them damp. And we're going to do this once a day for 2 more days. So it will be a total of 5 days, and we're going to keep the lids on until the end of day 5. So at day 6, the lids will be removed. All the shoots and the wheatgrass should be about 1 inch or 2 tall, at which point we're going to leave the lids off and expose them to sunlight or full spectrum lighting, whichever one you need to do. And that will be from day 6 till day 10, which will be harvest time. So that's all the water I give these from day 2 until day 5. Then the lids will go back on. They'll go back on the rack. And that's how you water for the first 5 days. Then for day 6 through 10, we're going to water a little differently. Because the root bed is really dense and the growth on top is quite dense, we're going to water from below. So I take the purified water with ocean minerals in it. About 2 cups is about what's needed. As you take a look underneath, that root base is really thick and dense. And then we'll put the water, purified water, 2 cups in the bottom of the tray, put it down. Now all that moisture is going to soak up through the roots and help your grass to continue to grow. Now with something like sunflowers and with pea shoots, again these are 10 days old, they're ready to harvest now. I'm going to show you how to water. Again about 2 cups and just lightly water from above, and that will soak in through, feed the roots, and keep your grass growing long. This is day 6. The wheatgrass was uncovered yesterday. You can see how it's already greening up, looking good. And those are the sunflowers, 6 days old. The lids have just come off of those this morning. And here's the pea shoots, 6 days old. Those have just come uncovered. And now from day 6 till day 10, the lids will be off and they'll receive sunlight and everything will be greening up and long and juicy and ready for harvest in 4 days. And there's something new we're doing. It's pet grass. So not only is wheatgrass nutritious and good and healthy for humans, it's also excellent for animals. Day 7. The wheatgrass is getting taller, greener. The sunflower shoots are dropping their seeds, the hulls, and the pea shoots are greening up nicely. This is day 7. Day 8. 8-day-old wheatgrass. It's a little cloudier today. Can't see so much what they look like. There's the 8-day-old sunflowers. Wheatgrass is probably getting up about 5 inches tall. And pea shoots. 8 days old. Day 9. Wheatgrass is 9 days old. It's about 6 inches tall right now. Maybe a little longer. The pea shoots are just about ready to harvest. They've dropped all of their hulls. And the pea shoots are about 4 to 5 inches tall. They're looking really healthy and really good. And this is day 9. Tomorrow will be day 10 and we'll be harvesting and going to market. Day 10, wheatgrass is 10 days old. It's about 8 inches tall, ready to harvest and juice. Sunflower sprouts are just looking great, bright green. The shells and hulls are all off. They're ready to cut and to eat. And the pea shoots are ready. They're probably about 6 inches tall, nice and green, ready for salad. 10 days, ready to go. Thank you from Island Wheatgrass for watching our YouTube video on how to grow wheatgrass, pea shoots, and sunflower shoots. As you can see, it's not a really difficult process. Just need to do a few things right and you can grow beautiful greens. You can eat healthy and be healthy. So remember, eat your greens, stay fit.